keep from burning out?
Definitely self-care is the main thing, and I ain't talking mani-pedis because I don't even do them. I'm sure you got audience folks that love them. I'm not in that crowd to love them, but self-care is making sure you get at least a decent amount of sleep, at least a good 7.5 hours usually, if you can, definitely. Also, keeping yourself hydrated. Guest ad on my show, Julie Renee Doring. She has done multiple studies on making sure your body's in peak performance state, and one of the things that she mentions that a lot of folks these days tend to not stay hydrated, and
Yes.
sometimes it's better to sip on water every 30 minutes or so as opposed to guzzling down water every few hours, because the thing is, when you sip every 30 minutes, that keeps your body hydrated, especially your brain, and that's especially integral and important for folks as we age, because that's also help another way to fend off the Alzheimer's and dementia. Because one of the times when my dad was going through his Alzheimer's, when one of the times we had to sadly take him to the ER, he was badly dehydrated because we would give him water to drink and he wouldn't really drink much of it. And he was dehydrated so bad he had a episode where he would hallucinate. And when we took him to the ER to get him checked out, they said he was badly dehydrated. And just the living example, living with that. And when a few years later after him passing away and hearing that, I'm like, you know what, that does make sense. So just incorporating more hydration into the routine. Also, making sure you schedule things too, because Pastor Bob Thibodeau, fellow podcasting buddy of mine, he mentions that, hey, if it's not on the phone, it ain't getting done, because the thing is, you got to really schedule things, like you like Dr. Stephanie here, like she is Calendly just like me, where it's like, hey, you're going to get reminders, going to be built in your calendar,
Mhm.
and those are really important, because there are going to be some days, if you're not careful, you might accidentally double book if you don't have the proper boundaries in place, or you might forget. You might be like, oh, I got this evening to myself and everything. I'm about to get so much backlog knocked off this wonderful tree of just things to do. And it's like, oh, whoops. Our reminder before. Never mind. Let me not do that. Notifications are your friends, folks.
But so don't feel bad if you all put them on your phone and they start dinging, because that they're there for that purpose. And tell the young lady that she was really right about. Now I'm not mad at my doctor, but about drinking more water.